Hello guys, on Sunday this news about this new event in Trackmania broke. I believe why it gathered attention in the first place was because they had $42,000 next to it, and for those of you who follow Trackmania, we know that this amount of prize pool in this game is absurd and it's sort of unheard of. The biggest event ever in Trackmania is hosted with the $40,000, and that was back in 2006. So already 13 years ago, and since that time we haven't really seen those kind of numbers, and we rarely hit over $10,000 in the last 5 years. So for this $42,000 event to be announced with, let's say, less to little info about it, I believe it created some discussion, some doubt, and also some hype, I believe. You can see that tweet that Laus put out, the guy behind the Trackmania News Discord. It gathered at least like 50 retweets, which is big in this game, I believe. If you haven't heard about this event and is just hearing about it now, I can tell that the event is to take place in 2020, the 1st of January, the first stage kicks off. And the guy behind it is Racetal, and he has in fact been asking me about this event for 6 months, a year now, to give him some feedback. I have been too busy to actually give him constructive feedback, but I believe he had contacted other people as well. And the reason for him knowing me is because he won the weekly short hunt event in season 2, I believe. So a long time ago, but we still keep in touch these days. As I said, $42,000. How are they planning to finance that? If you look at the sheets that you see here, you can see that there are $99 to sign up and to actually play the event. And this form is just to see and to send to potential sponsors, I believe. So kind of half and half, I believe, with the sponsors, and then to actually the players have to pay it themselves, and then putting those price in the prize pool itself. And yeah, like I said, if this event is to actually take place, it will be the biggest ever. And it's kind of weird because if you look at the information we have at the moment, you can see that the style and the mode that will be played is mini tech only, and it will be in Trackmania 2. But if this is successful, then it will move to other styles and also into other games such as Trackmania Nations Forever. I have yet to talk to Racetal about this. Why do you want to move back to Nations Forever if you get a successful event in Trackmania 2? It just doesn't seem logical to me. If you build up a good reputation in one event, why split it in one game rather, and then split it up to different games? I've yet to talk to him about that, and also it seems weird that it's just mini tech and you have time attack based. For those of you who have followed the game, we know that the biggest events are played in cup mode, or at least live in some sort of rounds mode, and now you have the championships mode, but it's still played against players playing against each other there and then, instead of just having time attack when you have a time limit to set the best amount of time on that map. The first stage is 50 maps, 50 days, and then you have 50 winners. And I guess there is some prize for the guy who finished the 50 maps first, because, quote, it's not easy to finish the 50 challenges. We just wish you the best of luck or something. And then you have different stages after those 50 guys has qualified. From stage 1 you have narrowed it down to top 20 from stage 2, and top 12 stage 3, and then eventually a play like a final stage in the end. I don't know if you can tell already, but personally I'm skeptical about this, but I'm always positive about new events taking place in Trackmania and bringing this game forward. But to me, at the moment, this seems just weird. You can say that there is a plan to host an event next year with a certain amount of prize pool, with not having any things to back it up. it's good, of course, to have the motivation to do this, but let's say I wanna host an event in 2025, I can say, yeah, I wanna host it for $50,000, but I just need you to sign up for €100, and then I can contact sponsors and we'll see what happens. It's the easiest thing is to actually say that out, and then you have to do the job after that to actually contact sponsors and then get sponsors to actually believe in your event and to put in the money. Because if you look at how this sort of is financed, if just the players are to pay for this event, you need 420 players paying $100 each, and then we'll end up with a prize pool of $42,000. For an event itself, to have 420 players in Trackmania is rare, and when you know that most events in Trackmania, almost all events, besides the offline tech events and offline events, having no fee of playing, I believe that that will scare away probably 90% of the people, at least 3 out of 4 people, from attending to the event. Why should you pay $100 for playing an event when you know that you have a little to zero chance of winning it all? And sure, he's saying that top 50 or something will eventually get some money back, but just to be top 50 in Trackmania, you can know more or less who those people will be, or at least narrow it down to 100 people, and then you have all the others just being in the back, financing it, and playing one stage, and then their money is sort of ripped. So yeah, I wanna. If I have the opportunity, I will of course speak to Raystal himself, maybe do a podcast with him where he explains more into depth, because at the moment you can just see a little form here, and that is not enough information for me, at least, to believe that this event will actually take place and to actually come into life, at least of this magnitude and at least with this prize pool. Of course, you can host a time attack event. I've done that myself with the weekly short hunt, with hunting weekend, and so on. And that is not hard to do, and it's not hard to gather people. But of course, it's hard to ask people to, again, pay $100 to actually play an event. So hopefully there will be more info out there, and we will see if this event has any sort of backing and any sort of facts to being something that can take place. And I want to speak to Raystal, like I said. I will invite him on the podcast. If he want to do that, I don't know. I haven't invited him yet, so I don't know. But until then, as you, as a player, I don't play myself, so I guess it's better to ask you. Would you be up for the challenge of paying $100 for playing an event like this, of this size? And do you eventually believe that this event will see the day of light, and that we will actually break the record of the biggest event hosted in Trackmania? If so, why? And if not, why? I guess that's it for this video, and then I will do more of these videos with this news and topics in Trackmania, just to bring more attention to Trackmania and bring more discussion to the game and move it more forward. I guess that's it for this video. Bye bye.